back, everybody. It's Black History Month, and my next guest is making history as we speak. As White House Press Secretary, she is the voice of the most powerful office in the world. She's also the first Black person, first Asian American, and first openly LGBTQ person to serve in that role. It's incredible. Please welcome Karine Jean-Pierre. Trains and automobiles and everything to get here today. Yes.
It was a little bit of a storm today.
Oh my gosh.
We made it happen.
Thank you.
Your team, by the way, fantastic.
Thank you.
Phenomenal.
I love my team.
Give it up.
My team is incredible.
Yeah.
I want to start with this. So you recently honored a piece of history at the White House. So tell everybody.
So, November of last year, I had the opportunity to name a new lectern. So when you all see me standing behind the lectern, it is this amazing lectern that the Army, the Navy, and many people put together.
Yeah.
So this new lectern came in November, as I just stated. It is now the Alice Dunnigan and Ethel Payne lectern, which were the two first Black women journalists that were part of the White House press corps. The last time we had a lectern, the last time we had a lectern in the briefing room, a brand new one, was in 2007. So the honor was amazing. Just think about these two women back 75 years ago who really did something out of bravery, out of dedication and hard work.
It was a very different world 75 years ago.
75 years ago, it was a very different world, exactly. And they did something where they didn't see anybody that looked like them. And they decided to be part of the White House press corps as journalists. And it was incredibly difficult for them, but they made it through, they persevered. And it was an honor for me to be able, and my team, to be able to name it the Dunnigan Payne Lectern. And it's just
so
amazing.
Cool. Recognize the pioneers. So this is pretty cool. So Biden left an impression like early on in your career, right? I love this story. Will you tell me?
This is, I love this story too. So back in 2009, when I was part of the Obama-Biden administration, I traveled a lot with him. And there was one moment, it was the first time I actually met him. We were on Air Force Two coming back from an event in New Jersey. And I sat in my chair, you know, really nervous. I'm super young. And I'm like, oh gosh, I'm on Air Force Two. Yeah. And I look up, here comes then Vice President Biden. He sits right next to me and just starts to chat, just starts talking to me. And it showed, I worked for many elected officials, never had that experience before. Yeah. Where someone comes and wants to know about you in a genuine way, the humanity, the care.
Curious why you wanted to get in this line of work. Yeah, curiosity.
And then I learned about him, right? He was talking about how his favorite days of being a senator and how important that was to him, and being there for people, being a servant to a public servant was how incredibly important it was to him. And so it was, I remember being in awe and just kind of looking at him and being like, oh my God, the vice president is sitting next to me.
Like not many people get that opportunity. That's super
on
cool.
Air Force Two, which is a whole nother thing.
You're in a movie at that point.
I'm in a movie. This is not my life.
Yeah.
And that's where I just really appreciated and loved them from that moment, because I've never met anyone
and wasn't
that
doing
caring.
it for cameras.
No,
that's what I'm saying. Like nobody's taking a picture. It's not like a thing that's set up. It's just like
he was like, who's this young lady sitting here? Let me sit and chat with her. And it was just a beautiful moment that I remember. It is one of the moments in my career that inspires me. And he is not only just my boss, he's also a mentor. So
it's a great leader though, because then it teaches you when people are watching you. You know, you'll see someone sitting there and sit next to him and have that same moment.
And I hope I can do that for someone else.
I'm sure you already do. So you carry something with you daily at the White House.
Yes. So I carry, this is, everybody, this is a photo.
Look at this tiny picture.
It's a tiny picture. It actually goes in my wallet. And what happened is when I got into the Obama-Biden administration, my cousin, my older cousin, is about 15, 20 years older than me. He sent me this photo and he said, this is such an amazing moment for you. You're working in the White House. I want you to remember where you came from. When you first came into this country, we took you to the White House. We took you to obviously to Washington D.C. and we took this photo. And it is just a reminder of like how dreams can come true. A reminder of this country that we live in.
And to dream big.
And to dream big.
Yeah.
And I tell you, Kelly, this little girl, it's kind of hard to see where I am here. I'm here in the darker sweater.
Yep.
It's amazing I would have never have thought that this little young person here would be working in the White House, 2 White Houses, and now making history in this role. I would have never thought that.
But you know why? Because you're just doing it for the right reasons.
Yeah.
You're not thinking about anything other than like why you really want to be in public service in general. Well, backstage, we have a young woman who's inspired by Karine. This is Danny. She's an honor student and president of her class. Her dream is to work in Washington. She's also the daughter of Haitian immigrants, just like Karine. She's here with her family, and they have no idea Karine is a guest, so they're gonna lose their minds. Would you surprise her for us? Can I hide you for a minute?
Absolutely.
Maybe come back out, maybe some guidance?
Yeah, some guidance.
Anything you say, yeah, I'm sure she'll just be like, what? Yeah. Welcome back, y'all. Our next guest is a high school junior right here in New York. She is the editor of her school paper and president of her class with big dreams to work in Washington. More importantly, she wants to give a voice to those who don't have one. Please welcome Danny, everybody. So I have to ask, you know, because a lot of teenagers, even me when I was a teenager, I was doing something else. I didn't have like dreams to work in Washington. Like, where did your love of like politics, news, all of that come from?
Well, I am a daddy's girl, so me and my dad always watch the local news together. We always talk about things, whether it may be politically or just locally. We love to just sit down and discuss. So my parents are not from here, so they're from Haiti. They immigrated here from Haiti with basically nothing. So my mom is a nursing assistant and my dad is a maintenance worker.
Yeah.
And they really work hard for me to be where I am today.
Absolutely. And you recently took a trip to D.C., right?
Yes, I did take a trip.
I love D.C.
Yes, I love D.C. It was magical.
Yeah.
Anyway, yes, I got invited to the Washington Journalism and Media Conference by George Mason University. It was great. It was great.
Okay.
It was great. It was great. I got to meet a lot of journalists from the industry. I got to meet people like Randy Richardson, Brian Lamb. I really admire those people. I admire people like Oprah Winfrey, Don Lemon, because they're just able to convey the news, but also have an emotional aspect to it. So I really like that. I also admire people like Karine Jean-Pierre.
Yeah.
She's actually a local hero for me because she went to the high school right around the block for me. So.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
That's so cool.
My parents are actually in the audience too. So.
Yeah. I know I'm gonna go to your mama. So let's go to Danny's mama, Vivian, in the audience, looking beautiful and fabulous. Y'all can't see her shoes, but even her shoes look fabulous. So you tell Danny something all the time, right? What's the advice?
Yes, Danny is my third. I have 3 girls. Danny is the baby, and I always tell my girls they are the tomorrow, and education is the main thing. So I always tell them that education, and I'm so proud of Danny for who she is or who she's about to be. It's a pleasure to have her and to see her grown.
Oh, man, she's killing it. Well, Danny says she wants to be a voice for the voiceless, and I think I know someone who can help her. She has one of the most powerful voices in the world right now, and she's eager to meet Danny. Danny's freaking out to the right of me right now. We call her a whole lot of woman, y'all. All right, so say hello to Karine Jean-Pierre.
Have a seat. Where do you want me to sit? I'll come around.
Good surprise?
Yes.
Yeah. Her face when I said we have a surprise, and she was like actually terrified for a second. But do you have any advice for Danny?
Oh my gosh, Danny, what kind of advice can I give you? A voice for the voiceless? That's amazing.
I love that you're not even facing. You're like, I can't. If I don't look, I won't be nervous.
Here's what I will tell you, and I say this to my daughter almost every day, and I say to her, she has one job: to be a good person, to be kind, and to always remember who she is and that she is enough and that she is enough. And it is so important to continue to dream big. You are going to change tomorrow. I am so honored to be in your presence because watching you and seeing everything that you're doing now at 16, I don't think I had the gumption and I had the fearlessness to do that. No, right?
No.
I didn't. And so thank you, thank you.
So you have something to share with Deanie, right?
I'm really excited. So I know you love DC, so you should come to DC, come to the White House, join me. We're gonna do a tour. We're gonna see the press briefing room. And you'll sit in on one of my daily press briefings. And we'll get you to ask me a question. You could feel what it's like to be a journalist in the room. So I will be honored if you take.
This is by far my favorite reaction from anyone. This is like, that's going to be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
And a little intimidating.
Oh, wow.
So maybe meditate beforehand.
Yeah.
Take a few breaths. What do you think?
I'm shocked.
I'm
Wow. Thank you. I'm really grateful for being able to be here. This thing that I never think I'll be able to do.
Oh my God! But the cool thing about it is you can. You can do anything. You can, and that's what's so powerful and cool.
This is 16.
This
is 16.
Not my 16.
Right, not my 16 either.
My mom was like, what went wrong? We'll be right back, everybody, with What I'm Liking.